Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol ZAIS. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do the time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Tricky kind of chart here because there's quite a bit of perspectives that go into it. Case in point here, if you are a day trader and you bought right there, or maybe you bought right there and you were hoping to sell within 8.7 seconds, then yeah, for you the chart's looking pretty rough. But when you look at the big picture perspective, although there was a pretty deep pullback, the bulls do still technically have an opportunity to build a higher base. And again, from big picture perspective, if they can build that higher base, then the long-term uptrend, they can start to build one of those. So it really is a question of what was your perspective going in. I'm going to be talking about things from the big picture perspective. So if you think I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you probably had a different strategy slash perspective going into this chart. So first case in point here is going to be just kind of want to scrunch this up and illustrate that the price still has an opportunity to stay out of places that it already was. So what do I mean by that? Well, for the longest time, and if you've been tracking this, then I'm sure I'm stating the obvious to you, but the price just was stuck down below this $2.50 range. Every time it would even get up around it, it would just get, smacked back down there, temporarily got above it, but you get the point. Every time it would get above it, it just couldn't quite maintain it. But now the price is well above it. And I'm assuming I state the obvious when I say this, but if today's price movement is truly strong, then the price needs to progress forward, not go back to where it was. And 250 is going back to where it was. I'm not saying this will happen, but if the price were to fall below it and then, separate, well, what is it doing if the price is down around this area of the chart? Well, it's right back to where it was. And again, that's not what truly strong moves do. They don't go back to where they were. They make progress forward. Whereas let's say the price pulls back some more, than what it already has. So, the pullback gets even more drastic, but actually happens to bounce around right there before heading back up. What would you have in this situation? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have this set of lows down there. And if you picture each one of those as stair steps, well, hey, now you have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. And that's what truly strong moves do over time. They're going to make progress forward. And I'm defining quote unquote progress as $2.50. And that's where I'm going to leave it at now. In my opinion, breaking levels of resistance, not a huge priority at all. Top priority is just going through a healthy consolidation, making sure this current pullback doesn't spin out of control. And quote unquote spin out of control, I would define as falling back below 250 for the reasons we've already discussed. So a lot of volume in this one today. It'll be interesting to see how it unfolds on Monday. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey, Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then by all means, click right there to get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point. And like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.